Mr. B.V.R. Mohan Reddy, distinguished audience, my friends, ladies and gentlemen. Well, you're all in cyber world. I'll bring you down to the dusty roads of Hyderabad. We are all in post-industrial era. As you know, every era has its own characteristics. While capital played a vital role during the industrial era, now in this post-industrial era, which is dominated by service sector industry, to which all of us belong, it's no more the capital that produces wealth. It is the talented and creative individuals, all of us, with our brain power, we create wealth in this modern world. It's basically jobs become shiftable. In the brick and mortar industry era, if a factory is set up in a particular city or in a particular region, that can't easily be shifted. That's how the industrialization that had taken place in Europe, in America, could not be shifted to the low-cost economies. Earlier, nations used to compete with each other. Now, more than the nations, it is the cities that compete with each other. Here, in the earlier era, industry could be attracted with tax and duty incentives. But all of us, the talented and creative individuals, cannot be attracted by these things. It is the cities which give you the best quality of life, better air quality, okay, including the nightlife. Whichever city gives you better comfort, whichever city gives you better conditions, living conditions, livable cities, the concept of livable cities has come, the concept of better air quality has come. These cities become the attractive destination. As a city, you cannot build cities for cars, you have to build cities for people, which I'll come to later. The carbon footprint in any city increases, the pollution levels increase because you don't have good public transportation systems. Public transportation systems are highly expensive. As a result, what happens is since your private vehicles increase the vehicular emissions, 90% of the pollution levels in urban areas is basically through these vehicular emissions. So 50% of it should come from the PPP, but the same PPP also I would define it as projects and project management for basically people. When we're talking about technology, technology is not for technology's sake. Ultimately, technology will have to be translated into, whether you talk about customers in private sector business enterprises or I talk about customers, ultimately customer is the people. My customers are basically people. High speed, sophisticated, we'll come to that. Hyderabad Metro, what kind of technology we are using ultimately for the performance or experience economy, for the experience of the people, what we define as KPIs, key performance indices, I'll come to slightly later. It is easy when everything is hunky-dory, when things are happening well. How do we survive a failure? How do we survive a crisis becomes the most important thing. Because it happened to us in this particular project, Hyderabad Metro Rail project. Hyderabad Metro Rail project is the world's largest mass transit system being implemented in PPP, public-private partnership. Nowhere in the world a project of this magnitude, practically it's $3.2 billion project, 20,000 crore Indian rupees project. A project of this magnitude, 72 kilometers, nowhere in the world nobody has attempted. We did not have the money, we knew the priorities of this state are different. A lot of social welfare schemes, irrigation projects, etc. So I had no option. I had to go for PPP, public-private partnership, where when nobody has done it in the world, the first question is that when nobody has done it in the world, why are you planning to attempt it? So it can't be done. First question. My common question is that just because the fact that somebody has not done it before, it doesn't mean that actually it can't be attempted. Had we followed that principle today, man wouldn't have been where we are. We would have been in chaos. So my question is, no, I will attempt this project. They said, no, it won't happen. Fine. From now onwards, you will see the story. Newspapers themselves will tell you, Metro Rail, future actions to be subject to court order on petition. Is it goodbye Metro Rail? Hyderabad Metro Rail project in limbo. Story of whistleblowers, Satyam, and politics. State government in Metro dilemma. Uncertainty continues over Metro Rail. Andhra cancels Meta's Metro deal. Metro Rail bids may get delayed. 6 times I had to postpone. Every time my international investors were asking me, sir, should we come next week? Are you having a bid conference or not? I'm not sure. I go and ask my chief minister, he says, I've got enough headaches, don't come and talk to me about this Hyderabad Metro. So 6 times I had to postpone it. L&T bags metro, that was the only thing. You would have been noticing all red. For a change, a little green. L&T tied up for 12,000 crore, phase 1 of the project, second time. We went for the meeting and got it. I go to Sridharan, hats off to him, he's an excellent technocrat, but he believes that everything should be done by government, these kind of projects. Public partnership type model would work for Metro Rail. Activists walk against Metro Rail project and Koti. They want me sitting in a track, go underground, why not? Okay. Without knowing anything about engineering, why not this, why not that? If I do this, why not that? Everybody is an expert. Metro Rail is a big scam, right? Demolition church, all actually is Metro Rail. Stop Metro Rail, crying activists, land acquisition and trouble again. Newspapers happy. Metro Rail city to be thrown out of there, it seems. Green massacre. Underground metro traders disrupt Metro Rail at Amirpet. Chikatpalli traders down shutters. There's no end. It goes on and on. Any number of problems you can think of actually. Whatever problem that needs to be faced are faced. HMR plant bulldoze schools for city transport. This is the allegation. Metro Rail works, skip expected roadblock. Metro Rail Babus are lying, it seems we are telling all lies. Delay drives metro costs up. On the one hand, create as many hurdles as possible, and at the same time drive away the investors. You know, the top class so-called experts of Metro Rail, they rang up individually every CMD of the bank, said, don't finance this project because this project will not happen. This kind of a thing was happening. They scare away the investors. Don't come to Hyderabad. Hyderabad is in bad shape. Hyderabad is burning. Yes. How do we manage? How do we engage people? Railway officials hold parleys on metro safety. Okay. So the communication, what I have been trying to, earlier you saw only one green, now slowly everything is green. Metro Rail, Hyderabad Metro Rail to be energy efficient facility, you keep on advocating different groups. Metro boost to city heritage, the people who initially attracted heritage, I held discussions with them, I proved actually how we are avoiding all the heritage structures, okay, how heritage will get a boost, actually tourism boost through this project. Metro Rail authorities make it easier for traffic to work at site. Aesthetically, this is what actually most of the structural civil engineers, they are bothered about structural stability of whatever buildings, whatever structures they are building. Aesthetics is equally important. Unless and until I got this case, I refuse to accept that. L&T speeds up work. Safety, quality is the key to Metro. What kind of safety aspects we're doing? Metro Rail work enters new phase today. Kiran vows to turn city into a world-class city. So all these things we were constantly interacting with the media. Same media initially see what kind of headings they were putting and now how they have changed. Metro project on schedule. Metro Rail on track. Off track has now become on track. Move Charminar, city's new landmark is going to be metro. I keep saying this actually, pre-metro and post-metro, which I'll discuss. Any cities all over the world actually see, can be divided into basically two phases, pre-metro and post-metro. Hyderabad same thing is going to happen. Right on track. HMR to ship form is like this. And with this, when I made, projects, there are 200 metros in the world. These 200 metros are basically built by engineers as engineering structures. So we were initially selected as one of the top 100 projects of the world, infrastructure projects of the world. Then I went to make a presentation last year in New York. And I explained the different philosophy, how it's a different philosophy, how I'm making use of this project actually basically as an urban redesign project, which I'll explain. When I made this presentation, the CEOs of all these projects had to make presentations. We were selected as the best engineering project of the world last year. Hyderabad Metro now, the government of India tells. Refused to look at my project initially. They said, no, we will not finance metro projects because they have a different philosophy. They talk about BRTS project, do more importance for bus transit system. When we were doing it, actually, whatever BRTS said is doing it. I said in Metro, I'm doing the same thing. Now World Bank wants to participate in our project. Of course, we don't need their monies. It's one of the highly bureaucratic banks I've seen. ever come across. Well done. Well done for all eco-friendly city. Metro Rail to transform Hyderabad. Skyworks is another concept which I will indicate how a city can be made efficient, as a company can be made efficient, cities also will have to be made efficient. The coaches we have displayed, we have indicated what kind of features are there. For disabled people, what kind of features we have. CPPC technology which I will talk later, there is not much time. How much of precast technology we are using. Now different countries are coming. Extension requests are coming. Now, how did we achieve it? We have a lot of lessons to learn. As I mentioned, it's 72 kilometers, 3/4 square. You have to identify the feeder routes. Actually, there are 66 stations at 63 locations. What are the colonies on the right side? What are the colonies on the left side? You have to integrate. Okay, merry-go-round buses will be there. It's not a simple metro. As I mentioned, it's an urban redesign and rejuvenation concept. How do we make use of this project as we convert Hyderabad into people-friendly green city and bring down the carbon emissions? Then, what I call it, transit plus actually non-motorized transport, pedestrian facilities, street furniture, all these things will have to be weaved into this project. So, not a simple metro. I'll show you some of the things, how it happens. OCC, Operation Control Center at Uppal, practically, these are all completely, these are remote control driverless technologies we are bringing into the country. Driver will be there initially for about 4-5 years, just to give comfort to the Hyderabadis that they don't have much problem. As I mentioned, it's going to completely change. I don't have that much of time. I'll show you some examples on how it's going to have stations, where public space we're going to create. We are going to create special facilities for the kids. Kids corners are going to be there. Special facilities for children, for women, it's going to be there. So gender equality is an important part of my social agenda. Promoting family values. Here, we are busy, wife and husband busy making money. We don't know what's happening to our children. Our children are going to hookah bars. We think that they're going to HPS or DPS or whatever. But in fact, they're going to the hookah bars and getting spoiled. Poorer sections, they don't know how to bring up their children. Poor chaps, they're struggling day in and day out with us, all their children are taken to crime. So you have to address all these things. If your city will have to be a comfortable, safe city, you have to address all these things better. Family values you have to promote. You encourage bicycle tracks as a part of this project. Many of you must be participating. We have now established bicycle clubs in Hyderabad. Hyderabad Bicycle Club has already overtaken Denver actually. And all of you are interested. At all the metro stations, I promise you, we are going to have bicycle stations. Last mile connectivity is going to be with either feeder buses or with not basically energy non-motorized transport bicycles, so that the pollution levels will further come down. Look at the countries like South Korea. What did South Korea have? I don't have time to explain that now, to get into these things. But a small country like South Korea, should half of my imports actually I'm taking to South Korea. A country with 120 crore population. Okay, what are we producing? Have we produced a single product? We have to reflect over this. But anyway, look at the roads. Even Bogota example, when I talk about in my presentations, when I say New York or London or Paris, they said, no, they're talking about rich countries, sir. I said, I'm not talking about rich countries. I'm talking about, for example, here, this is Bogota. Bogota is one of the worst cities. It was one of the worst cities in the world. Today, it has become one of the best cities in the world. Just one mayor, Enrique Peñalosa, he made all the difference. In a matter of 5 years, he converted. So, as a part of Hyderabad Metro, we're going to, whatever you are seeing today, disruptive technologies, it's like that disruptive technologies. We have to disrupt the existing ones and completely rebuild the city and clean more in the city. So what we're going to do is that this kind of beautiful sidewalks, street furniture, with all this, completely we're going to transform Hyderabad. They'll have to become a global city. Again, I don't have to reinvent wheel. Every city has made some mistakes and every city has made some good, positive things. For example, you take Bangkok. Bangkok initially built an elevated metro like us, then they realized that the full potential is not being made use of. Then they built a skywalk below, and that skywalk is getting connected like this to all the buildings. So same thing I'm going to do in Hyderabad. Below my viaduct is going to be a skywalk. That skywalk will be connected to schools, colleges, hospitals, government buildings, private buildings, all these things, commercial complexes, residential complexes. As a result, the efficiency is one city at the ground level, road level, one city above. Okay, you don't have to get down to the road. The moment you get down from the train, automatically from the concourse, the two-level station, from the concourse, you will have these skywalks, and you can get into buildings like this. So this is how you have to improve the efficiency of the city. Look at a small town called Busan in South Korea, how beautifully they have done it. Why can't we do it in Hyderabad? This is a question I raise. And then how did we do it from the failure that I'm talking about? So practically, I can't be sitting in AC rooms and doing the design. My private sector friends initially believed in that. I said, no, you have to be on the road, walk all the time with me and do this. So what we've done is initially we have widened the roads. Okay? Practically every aspect of the municipal corporation, be it water board, or anything we have taken up. This is how we won over the city. As I mentioned, actually we started on a completely negative note. From a completely negative note, how do you transform the city into a positive note? How do you take the city along? So this is what we have done. Okay, practically, you see, widening the nalas, widening the drainages, open drains. Okay. Then barricade the roads. So all these things we have done. I don't know how many of you are noticing this work. Yes, this is another thing. They ask me, so what is your main challenge in doing this project? I say that 35% is engineering challenge, 65% is non-engineering challenge. You must have been familiar with use of fancy terms like Manaprasad, One Diksha, and all these things. Involve the people, we involve college students, school students, resident welfare associations. First thing is planted. Okay, you are supposed to, for every tree you cut, you are supposed to do plantation of 5 saplings. I said, why 5? I do 50. Okay, so far about 300,000 saplings we planted, and out of that I gave a challenge. Whichever tree, if all these animals are there on the committees, I said, if you can prove that actually I can translocate, this is an interesting thing we have done it actually. It may cost about 10 to 50,000 rupees per tree. You prune the roots, etc., and then physically lift it. It takes about 3 weeks. You take it elsewhere, they're all thriving. About 2,000 trees we have translocated, and all of them have survived. This is what all the translocated trees, the metro girder, the work is going on, and these are nicely thriving. So this is how we won over the city, and we won the confidence of the city. Here is a person who talks, okay, and he acts on whatever he's talking, walking the talk. Now, it's happening. These are the works. You will see when we went there, Uppal was like this, absolutely green field. Today, a beautiful 100-acre plot. Actually, see one of the best workshops has come up there. This is what's happening in Uppal. Again, another one. Uppal casting yard, which I mentioned. Initially, it was like this. It was almost needy at some of the places. There was no access. Today, it's like a workshop. About 12 gantries are there. They're all working. It looks like a factory. And so this is how you see at that place. This is how we are able to do the project. Okay. These are the precast segments which we transport in the night and we do the work. These are the about 12 launching girders we have. Mayapur depot, Radha depot. I had to fight for 4 years actually to get this. This is, of course, Indian laws, Indian jurisprudence, etc. But ultimately, courts helped us. We were able to get about 104 acres at Mayapur, and this beautiful depot is coming at Mayapur. This is the aesthetics which I talked about. Nature has blessed us. Actually, it's a rainbow over our. So this is the beautiful shape we got. Now, it's not one-upmanship. Have a look at the metro peers of other cities. Have a look at our peers. You will understand the difference. Including this, I said, I want this design. This is an additional thing. Initially, my chief electrical engineer is here. Indian Railways will not agree, sir, if you try to add anything. I said, it's an add-on thing. It has got nothing to do with it. You don't have to worry about it. I'll get a permission. Okay. Improve, constantly improve the aesthetics. This is how nighttime the launching girders work, and these are all precast ones. Even the old city rooms are Kavara. You come jaldi out. This is the thing you see. Initially, who refused to allow us even to do the survey, the same people now they are welcoming us. These nice features is going to be one of the things you'll see. No time, but otherwise I would have explained each one how much of design effort has gone into it. Okay, quickly I'll complete. Now the issues. How do you leader? Managers can't do these projects. Bureaucrats can't do these projects. You've got to be a leader. You have to have a vision and sharing the vision with your team. You have to have a passion for this kind of a project. Okay? You have to have commitment for excellence. If you are afraid of taking risks, you can't do this kind of project. But this is the same case, be it your project or be it my project. If you want to do extraordinary things, you have to have this courage of conviction and ability to take risks. Determination, God, perseverance, and extraordinary patience. Be prepared for failure and ridicule. This is the message I keep giving actually. Failure is in fact the first step of success. If you are afraid of failure, you can never be entrepreneurs. You will become just at the most ordinary managers. You have got to take risks. You should be prepared for failure because as long as you want to do ordinary things, it's fine. But when you are aiming sky high, you have got to be prepared for failure. And you will be ridiculed. Last time when we failed, Satyam, practically everybody was cracking jokes, and it became a part of jokes. Doesn't matter. My engineers used to come and say, sir, everybody is talking bad about us. I said, don't worry about it. Okay, the same people who are now cracking jokes actually will appreciate us. So you have to have that kind of a determination. Develop a team, make it a messianic force actually with killer instinct. You have to prepare. For example, the other day I was reading a HPR article actually how did Alex Ferguson made Manchester United what it is today. You have to make killers out of people. You have to prepare the killer instinct, then only they become winners. Make each team member a winner. Strict personal discipline. You have to set an example actually. See, if I want to sit at home, actually it doesn't work. You have to work if required on Sundays, holidays, all the days, and work late. Okay, or whatever is the style. But you have to set an example. Hard work and punishing schedules are required for the leader so that the team follows that. Raise the bar continuously. Open-minded approach and no blinkers. Interdisciplinary and cross-cultural perspective. Clarity of thought. Clarity in communication. All these things what I was talking about. Are equally applicable to all the projects which you are handling. Empathy and understanding. Constant innovation. Out-of-box thinking. Solution. Effective communication both within and outside world becomes extremely important. Good public relations and communication strategy, as you have seen how we have transformed the image of Hyderabad Metro. Encourage trust and be reliable, be positive and snatch victory from the jaws of victory. This is the message of all of you. Thank you very much. Can we give